Hey everybody, it's Ashley with Team Thrive and Losing It with Sam and Ash. And I have been hearing a lot that new coaches, their concern is how do I talk, like who do I talk to? How do I grow my audience? And so that's what I want to talk about today. And first of all, I think it's very important that you decide where you want to find your audience, what social media platform you want to work within. And it doesn't have to be what everybody else is doing. It doesn't even have to be social media. You could literally say, my strategy is every day between 2 and 5, I'm going to go to the mall and I'm going to go to all the makeup counters and I'm just going to get to know people. And sometimes I'm going to bring them Starbucks and I'm just going to talk to them. I'm going to make a relationship with them. I'm going to ask them how they're doing. I'm going to listen for a need. And when they have a need, and maybe it's financial or they're so tired or they just want to be with their kid, then I'm going to present the coaching opportunity. Or if they say, wow, you look great, like what do you do? I'm going to talk about online fitness coaching and what I offer. And I'm going to say, hey, would you want to, join me in one of my groups? Would you want to hear more? Like that could be your strategy right there. You could go to restaurants. You could go to Starbucks. You don't get to talk to people as much there, but you could ask waiters and say, hey, you do a really great job. You're really good at your job. You work really hard. I'd actually like to talk to you about a business opportunity. Could I get your information and just contact you? Would that be okay? It could be Facebook, email, call, whatever. That could be your strategy, okay? So there's no box, there's no bounds in this. You can choose YouTube, you could do Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is, like what feels most to you, that's what you need to do. Now, I use Facebook and I use Instagram. I used to use Facebook and now I use Instagram because I just don't have time to prospect in both. But here's kind of the thing is that people are not going to just come. Okay, they're not going to just like flock to you. Sometimes that's the case, but when you set, when it's like, well, I've run out of people, or I don't have um, any more warm market, I would say, first of all, think about, is that really true? Like, write a big list of just everything. Everything you can, write a list of everybody you went to middle school with, everybody you went to elementary school with, everybody you went to college with, high school. Just write them down or put them in a spreadsheet and then just go find them. Find them, add them, start talking to them. Grow your audience that way. I mean, you probably can think of at least 10 from elementary school, then you start to go like looking on theirs and you find some more, and then you find some more, and probably 10 or 15 from middle school, probably 20 to 100 from high school, depending on your high school size, probably about the same from college, depending on college size, past work experiences, church, whatever it is, you probably have a way larger network than you think. So before you think, I've run out of it, you haven't. I still haven't run out of my warm market. I just one day was like, well, I'm going to run out of it sometime, so I'm going to switch to cold market. And you can do that up front. I mean, that's what normal businesses do. They don't have any warm market. So the world is your oyster, first of all. But at the same time, we have a great we know people, you know what I mean? We do. You have met people, you do know people. So you can, while you're working on the cold market business side, you can reach out to people that you already know to see if they're interested. So here are some ways on Facebook. One thing you could do, I actually put in a little thing so I don't see I can't see scrolls. One thing that you could do is you can go to your friends list. And let's see. I'm going to find somebody. These are a lot of coaches on my team. Okay, let's see. I'm looking for someone in particular. These are all my friends, so I know all these people. Okay, let's say Emily. She's from college. Okay, so Emily's a friend from college. So what I could do is I could go to friends and it says mutual, right? But then I can go, it says college. So I can look and see other friends that also attended our college. And look, there's all these people that I haven't friended yet. And so what I can do is several things. One, I can go and see, do I know anybody that I just haven't remembered to friend request that I don't, am not, I'm just not following. And then if not, then I can look and I can see, okay, is there anybody on here that looks like, even though I don't know them, like this, I'm just going to friend request him because one of my friends just said, hey, do you know him? But is there anybody on here that looks like they might be like my person? So I'm just looking at their profiles, okay? And so, like, let's look at Tabitha. So I know Tabitha, but she has some of my things are people that have a well lit profile picture. That is something that's kind of important to me because I appreciate photography, and it's always a plus for a coach. So I could look through her feed real quick, just see what kind of things are going on in her life. It looks like she, just had a baby from her picture. So I can tell right there that she might, if I can kind of see that she did, that she might be somebody great to reach out to if she did have a baby. Now, I wouldn't want to just say that. I want to really find that and see if that's true. So, yeah, you just want to see what they're doing, make sure they're not a coach themselves. And then kind of go from there. So that's one way to find new people is just remind yourself of people that you do know that you haven't friend requested, or then look for people that you maybe could know or have friends of friends from, and I'm just looking at profile pictures, like people that just kind of look like I think, okay, that's a profile picture that I would have chosen. They might be the filter that they have on there. It might be this cute skirt they're wearing, something like that, that makes me think like, okay, this is something like, this is a nice profile picture. I might have something like that. That's what I would do. I wouldn't put like a picture of like bunny things like that. That's just not me. Like, I don't know if I would put pictures of just my kids, even though I love my kids. Or, okay, Josh is a really good friend of Sam's, but I probably wouldn't put, like, a snow angel. Well, Josh is a guy. Like, he's not my, ideal person. So you don't have to spend a lot of time, but you really can just, at a snap judgment, look and see what type of person looks like you. Like, it's what they're wearing, in the profile picture. And then when you just look at their profile, you're going to see, like, do I resonate with this person? Do they click? And then don't think too much about it. Friend request them. And so what I would do is I would do that. And as you're doing that, write it down, make a list and write it down of everybody that you friend requested. And so then in 2 or 3 days later, you're going to go and see if they, here's another thing. So you're going to go and you're going to see if you go to see all, and then you can see if they accepted your request. So here's sent request, view sent request. So really you don't want a bunch of outstanding requests at all. Like, that doesn't look good. So let's say they're on my list and I'm like, I think they would be a great coach, or they would be great to connect with. Really, you're kind of almost like interviewing people. Like, this is the first step. It's kind of saying, hey, I want to get to know you, see like if this would kind of be a good fit. Okay, so that's how I would unrequest them after a couple of days, so it's not holding up my Facebook quote or anything. So you could do things like look for people that were in your hometown or were future mutual friends with certain people. Like, let's see. So my friend Allison from college again. So these are all people. And so there's people that I know that I'm not friends with that are people that I remember from college that I haven't, I mean, mostly guys that I haven't, um, connected with it yet. So that was a real quick, like, memory type thing. I could look and I could see if there were people from my mom that I'm friends with too, and that I just, haven't remembered. So the goal, I mean, is to look for people that like get you, okay? You don't want people that don't get you. You want people that understand you, that get you. So that's what you're looking for. You're not just anybody. So that's how I would do it on Facebook. Another way to do it on Facebook is, like, let's say I'm really into chocolate labs. I'm really into chocolate labs, and I want to be part of this chocolate labs group, okay? So I would go and I would request to join this group about chocolate labs. And now, if you're not into chocolate labs, then it's like, why would you request to be part of this group? You're not going to actually like to do anything. But if you love chocolate labs, you're going to be like posting pictures of your dog. Maybe you got a puppy. You're going to be posting things you're doing with training with the dog. And then people are going to get to know you. You want to add value to them. You're going to be like, look at this cute little, like, thing at PetSmart, it fits big dogs, or what kind of dog food are you all using? And then people are going to private message you, and you're going to be like, oh, hey, and then you're going to friend request them, and then they're going to see what you're doing with health and fitness, and you're going to love being in there because you love chocolate labs, or whatever it is. Like, I honestly should get in more. I have breastfed 5 kids. So I really, sometimes the breastfeeding forums just kind of like make me crazy because everybody just wants to give an opinion. Nobody really wants to, like, connect. And so, like, this might be there's already some other coaches in here, but I mean, I've been gluten-free for 14 years. So this is something that I could totally add value to these people's lives, that I understand them. I might even make some little videos and put them on my YouTube and then say, hey, I don't know if anybody would be interested, but here is my kind of theory about this, or what I've learned with this, or that kind of thing. So that's a great way, is just to get into a group of something you really are passionate about and love talking about anyway, and then offer value that way. And you can almost double do it. Like, you might be able to create content for that group, but then that's also the same content that you're putting on your social media, because that part is telling your story and about you. So those are different ways that you can prospect and find people on Facebook. I mean, you could even do something like, let's say you love Taylor Swift so much that you you want to post about her all the time. You want to dress like her, you want to post like her, you sing, like all that kind of stuff. Okay, so you could do something like, all these people love Taylor Swift. So you could look at all the comments, or you could look at all the people that shared, or you could look at all the likes, and you can just look through and you can be like, okay, which of these people looks like my person? You just know, like, you know who your person is. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of these people don't look American, but you can just look, and it's just, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. It's a little bit annoying, and it does take some time prospecting, but the more time you take up front and you're careful with it, then you're gonna get the returns back. And so then what will happen is you make this list and you friend requested these people, and they're on your list, and so then you start going, and let's say, I don't do a lot of Facebook right now, but let's say I'll pick my sister Gracie. So let's say it's my sister Gracie, and she is on my list of people to connect with, get to know, see how they're doing. So then what I'm going to do, it's on my list, and every day when I sit down, I'm just going to go put her name up there, and I'm going to go through, I'm going to see what's going on. And this is my niece, and she's like the Cutest child in the world. So, I mean, of course, I'm going to like love it. How do I even give those hearts? Oh my gosh. Love her so much. I'm going to be like, I am so in love. So, I mean, but it's best to ask questions. Okay, so to ask questions and actually to Gracie to tag them so that it comes up in their notifications. And so then that would be even great if you documented it, put a little mark like I did that, and then when you come back, you can see. So you just want to, I mean, you can give likes. What likes are going to do is they're going to add infinity, so then your stuff starts showing up in their account because it looks like you're friends, which, I mean, obviously I am. But the more you comment, the better. And so that not only is going to let them see that you're commenting, but also a reply. So I mean, I care about these things. I'm not like, this is the thing, it's not a fake relationship. It's just an intentional relationship. So anyway, that's kind of what you would do on Facebook. And then I'd be like, okay, so I went through her last couple ones, and then I would go to the next person, and then sometimes you're going to come back like that next day or next time you have time to work on it, and there that same picture is going to be. And then you're just going to look and be like, okay, did she reply? Is she engaging? Yes, she did, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk to her again. And sometimes that's a good place where if you just keep engaging, then you just take it off onto message, and you message them like, hey, so I wanted to ask you, blah, 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 blah. And you just start a relationship that way. And other times you're going to come and you're like, nope, she didn't reply, and there's no new news. So then you just go to the next person, and you just keep cycling through and making a relationship. Now, all the time, you are posting amazing content. And here's the thing too, is like, if you make this list and you're going through these people, you're going to get into their brain. Like, you're going to start understanding them because that's what you're studying. So I might start posting things that have to do, if all the people I'm looking at and talking to all have cute little babies, then I'm probably going to start posting things that have to do with baby stuff, like really cute cribs, really cute prints for the wall, an Etsy store, blankets. I might post that on my wall. I might send that to them in private message. And once again, this is just an intentional relationship. This is just an intentional relationship, but I can't be intentional with every single person in the world. And so that's why it's better to like really look for and narrow down people that you just like talking to, and you like looking at their pictures, and you feel like you get them, and you're not afraid that they don't get you. So that's how I would do this on Facebook. On Instagram, now what I'm going to do is okay. So Instagram, what I'm going to do, so first of all, you want your feed to hopefully attract the person that you want. And you want your profile to be very clear who you are so that they know and they're like, oh, okay, that would be interesting, or that's me too. And then you want a link in your profile to either your Facebook page, ideally your Facebook like page, or if you have a website, but not a Beachbody website. And, or like for me, I always do the application or the form or the info page for what I'm inviting to. So right now it's a challenge group, so that's what it is. And usually what I'll do is I'll say like, next Busy Girls Challenge group starts March 7th. Find out more by clicking here. So you can see my feed. I've got makeup. I put shoes or fashion. Health. I've got 2 different food things. I am working on yoga, like it's a personal goal. I'm not good at it, but I'm working on it. I try to do some beauty type things and photography. This video. Morning at the Brockington household. I start my morning, my devotions. We've got paleo pancakes for the kids. They've got banana and eggs. They're getting ready to start their school day. Anyway. This is morning at the Brockington household. I start my mornings with a workout, Shakeology, my devotions. I'm just like, hey, here's we've got paleo pancakes for the kids. They've got banana and eggs in it. Shakeology, I know they're getting ready to start their school day. So it's not like a commercial. This is like morning at the Brockington household. I start my morning with a workout, Shakeology, my devotion. Coca-Cola. That's kind of the idea. And the same thing, we did like a fit club online last night, and so I showed everybody giving their review and what we were doing, and so it's kind of talks about community and then also talks about a launch program without it being super salesy. So that's kind of my feed. So when I want to add people, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the search bar, and I have several options. So one could be, let's see, I could go to people, and I could look for a big account. So like, let's say, and you want to get more narrow, like Taylor Swift is huge and going to be really international. But if I did something like Udi's, it's a gluten-free bread. If I go there, then all these people should be gluten-free. Like, I don't know why they would follow if they weren't gluten-free. And so then I can go to their followers, and then it's easier if I use an app called Iconosquare on the computer because it's bigger, but I can kind of look through these people. A lot of them are going to be private. Like when they come up on hashtags, they're not. So like I'll look at this, and so I see that she's got some type of okay, so she's like, why are people tagging me in these photos? It's like something to make your breast bigger. So that was her, but she loves food, gluten-free goddess. She's got lots of food. So you can see like her feed kind of looks in a different way similar to mine. She has food, healthy food. She's got some like, it's architecture, kind of photography type stuff. There this looks like something kind of silly. She's got some like fun hair, makeup. She looks like she kind of likes to adventure. So I think she would be a good person. Now, I haven't read any of her things, but I think she would be a good person for me to get to know. Like, I think we would probably like each other. Now, she doesn't look like she has kids, so I have to decide, well, is somebody that doesn't have kids going to want to relate to somebody like me who has 5 kids? And so, I don't know. I'm also looking and seeing she has 370 followers, which is kind of a lot for some just regular person, but she posts a lot. But it's not like 1,000 or over. So that's good. And I don't see that she's, selling anything. And so, yeah, so that's kind of, so, okay. So if I wanted her to, follow me so I could get to know her, then what I would do, where did she go? Oh no, what did I do? Is she right here? Okay, so what I would do is I would go to these 3 little lines, and I would double tap. That's funny, I did that one. I would double tap and give her hearts on the last 5. And then on the last 3, I would comment. Sorry, so oops, whoa, that got weird. Okay, so I want to have real, authentic conversation, and I can push on her name. Whoopsie. Oh no, it went away. Okay, so I can do the @ sign and start typing in her name because I want to tag her so she sees it. So what I was going to say, like, I try to improvise all the time and I mess up. What's your secret? But for time's sake, I just said, what's your secret to improvising? And I tagged her because I want to, like, honestly engage. Like, I literally want to become friends, not to use them, because I think that healthy, intentional relationships are a very positive thing. So this is hilarious. Oh my gosh. This is hilarious. I deserve to be tagged, but might cry if I was. Okay, so once again, I'm going to interact. And so you want to do this on the last, you want to do this on the last 3. And then oops, I didn't have a space. And then the last one, what you want to do is you want to ask a question on the last one, but I did that anyway. Ask a question. So it's like a 5-3-1. And so the reason you're doing this is because when you go to this little Hearts Explorer deal right here, then see how I see these people's profiles, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 that you can see. Well, remember I said 5-3-1, so that's 5 profiles plus 3 profiles plus 1. So literally they would go, and if they're swiping around, they would get to a point where it's all my profile. Let's see if anybody did that with me. So I don't see anybody where it's like all my profile. I mean, like their profile. So let's see, like, okay, this person right here, she had a couple. So it makes me, what it makes you want to do is be like, well, who's this person that liked and commented so much? Or look, she actually commented. Okay, this is my friend Cassie. So when it comments, it's like an extra thing. So let's see. I would go in and be like, wait, what's she doing? Why'd she comment? Wait. And I'd look at her profile and I'd say, okay, capturing memories 1 square at a time. I'd be like, that's cute. I like that saying. I like that she used that extra big plus, and she's living and growing by God's grace. And man, her kids are really cute. And oh, she eats really healthy. I like her. This is like one of my best friends. But she's total. I mean, this is the thing. It's like, yeah, she's totally my person. Like, because she's one of my best friends. Yeah, so it's really cool because it's like you reflect and they reflect back your similarities. So Cassie's already following me because we're friends, but I would go and I would just give her hearts and, do the commenting. And so the goal is like that they go, what? Who's that? Who's that person that just, I can't find anybody that did it with me. Who's this, Jamie Lee that did 3, and she's another friend of mine. And then I'd be like, wow, this is a beautiful profile. Wow, I think we have a lot in common. I love this. And I would follow her. And then she shows up in my feed. And so that's how you show up in their feed. And then I post all the time. Like for today, all of these squares, 9 squares, these are all from one day, which is today. So that's that's the strategy. That is how you are going to gain followers on Facebook and Instagram, and that's what I know. So that's what I can teach, but I'm sure that there are a lot of Google and YouTube variations of both of these platforms plus other platforms, but that's the name of the game. I mean, I would literally suggest going to Netflix and turning on a movie and making this fun. And just, you're like looking for friends. It's like Pinterest for like friend Pinterest. You're looking for people like you that you like. And then you're going to make a list of them. And then you're just going to keep on going and looking at their pictures and liking them and hearting them and talking to them and commenting. And if you want a direct message on Instagram, then you're going to go to this little box. And then you're going to push the plus sign. And so then you have to remember their name, but there's like Cassie, and I would just ask some questions. I'm just going to be weird and send her that. She's like going to be, say what? But I would ask questions like, hey, oh my goodness, we totally have to be friends. We like all the same things. Like, how far apart are your kids? Or what do you use for homeschool curriculum? Or I saw that recipe you said that you made, like, that energy bowl. Like, what do you put in yours? And I just would make friends with her. And then we would just keep being friends, and I would just keep putting my stuff. And then if it came up that she was interested in what I did, or she had a need for money, or she had a need to lose weight, or have better energy, or she had health issues, or she wanted to, make some money or work, or needed control over her life, or she wanted to be part of a community of women, or accountability, like whatever it is, when I hear that need, then I'm going to invite her to challenge group or to coaching. But that's how you do it. And it's a long game, but we are actually in a lot more control. We're not in control of who buys, but we're in control of what we put out into the world, and we're in control of how many people we bless and give to and talk to every day. So I hope this helps. I know this was a little bit long, but I hope this helps. This is kind of the core of it, but really you have to just be patient and actually do the behaviors. Like, you have to just go add people. They're not going to find you, especially not until you have a really big account and things just kind of naturally pick up. With Instagram, you can also use hashtags. You can use up to 30. So what I do is I make them. I just honestly started this, so this is not like I'm awesome at it. But I would go and I would search them, and then I would find ones that look good, and then I have a little, I just made a little blend of hashtags, and so I'll just go after I post something about fitness, and I'll select all, and I'll copy them, and then I just will go and you want to paste them in. You want to paste them like after you do your post, you're going to paste them as the first comment. That's where you post them, all those hashtags. And then people that are just like, so like if I click on burger, like people that are just searching for hashtags, then they're going to look at other pictures. So like they probably will pick on touch on the most interesting looking burger, the prettiest picture, the healthiest picture, the funniest picture, whatever it is. So like if you're trying to get people's attention on hashtag, like on Pinterest, or what am I saying? On Instagram, and they're searching, then that's what you want to do. And so I did this like an hour and a half ago, and like I don't see mine. So that means that burger is a really popular hashtag. So you almost want to pick ones that aren't quite as popular. Like maybe like if it was instead of cookie monster or something like that, or burger love. So just like a little bit different so that it might show up. And then it also could show up like if I was doing burger and I do tags. And you can see all of these burgers, burger time, burger joint, burger lover. That has a little bit less. And so then if people like want a burger recipe, they can put in burger recipe. And so you're going to pick a picture and you're just going to see. And then if you like that picture, you might be like, well, who is this guy? Oops. And so if they look interesting to you, then you're going to follow them. And that's how people find you. And that's how people that are like you find you, and that's how you do attraction marketing. So that's as far as growing your audience. And then as far as inviting people, you just have to invite them and be okay with people saying no for a while until you prove yourself to them, that you're consistent, that you take care of people, that you do get people results, that you add value, that you're growing, and that they need what you put out there. So that's kind of the social media part, which is a little bit different of a subject. All right. Thanks for watching this. I'm going to be creating a library of all types of different tutorials on coaching and be putting them on my YouTube channel, which is Losing It with Sam and Ash. That's our YouTube handle, is Losing with Sam and Ash.